take free. Free's always good. 369 is my new still looking at doing things in 3 and 6, 9. In Qigong we always utilize that. So I just thought I'd jump on and speak about some of the energies that I'm working with, or that I've been working with, that are great to work with this month. And hopefully I can get through this video without cats. It's like all of them are like up to their antics at the moment. I'm just watching him over there. Okay, so I'm going to sit back and watch and hopefully get through this. So Egyptian lotus flower tea is what I have in this mug here. Well, I had in this mug here. I've drunk it. In fact, I'm going to just drizzle. It's got a really mild flavour to it. It's very subtle and beautiful, actually, and a beautiful energy and plant medicine that when you work with it, it has this very sensual aspect to it. It's very good for dreams, connecting and expanding the consciousness and your awareness. And if it's calling you, then you're probably around that level anyway, an aspect of working with the goddess. Now, we're going to have a cat who's looking for, are you going to stay? You can go that way, and then you're off screen. Look, there's water there. There we go, that's your one. He's looking, no, that's not mine. Is that my water? No, that's Mummy's water. And the goddess and Venus aspect in this month, and our values and our core, had me thinking, what is it that I had come back from Egypt wanting to do? And one of the things that had called me was the Egyptian lotus flower tea that they used in the Isis temples. It was very good at allowing you to connect with the heart. Like Mama Cacao has this ability to open the heart chakra, this expands and opens the third eye. So working together, they're both really lovely, and they blend well, they work well as energies. If you want to work with cacao, if it's the winter, if you're in the southern hemisphere, then to add the lotus for a warming drink, but individually both as well work separately and have lovely energies. The lotus itself, the sensuality of that, but that connection with the third eye means that your dream state is very good. It's great for psychic awareness, and this month that's wide open, so it's a beautiful tea. And I don't necessarily talk about this in terms of energies, but I feel that certain energies this month are what is happening, and that the esoterical cat is metaphorically out of the bag now, and I am wholeheartedly just speaking from me. So this is something that I've been working with over the last year, at least a year. I served everyone tea at my wedding. It's meant to be an aphrodisiac, so it's another reason, the sacred sexuality aspect of this plant and the sensuality of this, but very much in the sacred. And that's what thing that I want to talk about is Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene in terms of sacred union and sacred sexuality, feeling into the sensuality of the being, of the body, of yourself, and in terms with being with a partner and having that as a shared union and energy, but beyond the root aspects of it being in terms of the procreation, the lust. It's the balanced side of that. It's the divine masculine and feminine coming together in the balance. It's looking at the Jinn energy that I've started to look at in this beautiful book by, gosh, I'll have to quote that we'll come back to that in another video because I can't remember it offhand, and there's so much I'd like to go over as I'm learning, as I move into that understanding. It's this coming in union with the self, but not in the self-ish, but the selfless, and the sacred self, and linking with that. I spoke previously in a video in terms of I'm having this amazing connection that's almost telepathic in nature, with an aspecting energy, thought form of divine masculine in his beautiful conscious self that I'm connecting to. And I feel as though those aspects in me are awake. The strength is there. I feel held, protected, and some beautiful colours are coming through to work with. So this turquoise, I put up a post today about divine love, and turquoise, the balancing of the red I spoke about on my Instagram post of the balance cards, the art of love with the green, but this creation and root and bringing into being. Complementary colours as an artist come up, and utilising the complementary colours of our soul and the ones that we are working with. So for me, turquoise is very much up here. It's this colour, it's the throat chakra, it's the speaking and that communication, that wavelength of that. And what I was seeing that aspected with was the winged essence of that turquoise energy, the white, which is in the divine light coming through. We're going to do a little meditation at the end for that, and this gold wings of Isis, but of her twin flame. And I want to speak briefly on the twin flame aspect, because I'm not saying I don't believe in twin flames. In fact, I very much believe in the aspect of it, but not in the same way as I did when I was younger. I no longer see it as that you are not complete if you are not with your twin flame, but the split of souls, which a lot of people think of it as. To me, I do see them as working together in an aspect in how they are in their own sovereignty, they are in their own right amazing, that when they come together, that aspect is brought out the best and the balance of each being. Sorry. Right. I'm letting go of that as well this month. I've realised that the little people in our life have their own sovereignty. She doesn't care that I'm making a video. It doesn't matter to her one bit. And although I sort of spoken of boundaries, I have to see she stands in her sovereignty, right? Like, this is important to me. This is important right now. We've had this discussion, and I will have that with her about, did you need to ask me that right now? Because she didn't. But she has that passion and that excitement, and that this month I feel like I want to encourage that anyway, and I've always encouraged that in her and my parents, I suppose. Whether they encouraged it in me or not, it was always predominant. So now where was I? I've lost my train of thought. So it's the coming together of those aspects together in the sovereignty, in that divine union. And that can be the divine union within you of your feminine aspects and traits, which you might be cultivating if you're female, or your masculine traits might already be cultivated if you're male, but then also allowing for the coming together of both of those, like with the union that represented by Magdalene and her twin flame, Mary Magdalene and Joshua. So there's also that sense of the power of the Jinn creation energy and that sacred sexuality, and seeing it when it's in its positive aspect. We can see, especially I think at the moment all over the news, the negative aspect of repressed sexuality and repressed that out of balance, and the very coming from those root needs when it's in that negative and what we call acquired emotions. So in my studies with Qigong, I'm learning about how the emotions and the energy affects us on different levels, which kind of takes it on a whole other realm for me in the understanding of what I learned with the I Am path with Matthias, taking it to the deeper level of what I needed to learn for me. Oh, I've got to show you this. It's really cute. You have to excuse the mess, but she's sitting on the line. I don't know if you saw that because of the camera. Did you see that? Let me know in the comments if you got a quick glimpse of Summer on the washing line, looking rather comfortable up there. And it's one of the, like the feline, the cats I love. That Laren energy, that creation energy, is associated with the female, and we think of it as the feminine. And I'm not saying that the rise of the feminine is still not happening and coming back into that power in an aspected way. However, it's not in the same light. The divine masculine is also rising, because the masculine's been in power, but it's not been in the divine aspect. And when you take that into the positive negative of the divine and add that to it, that's the magic, that's the creation. And that, I mean, Venus, Aphrodite, if you're working with the archetypal energies of the goddess, with defining what that divine love aspect is within you. It could be your sacred practice that you do that's for you. It could be understanding the sensuality of your own self and the loving yourself and the self-love, not selfishness. I want to add that. People get misunderstood and they start saying, oh, you're banging on about this is all about being selfish and taking time for you and you're doing what you want. It's not. That's an excuse. And I call people on that. It's about understanding our wants, our desires and our needs, and the relationship between our desires and our fears, and how that can aspect and play out in relationships. But also knowing that when you are doing what you love, when you're feeling into the passions and your desires and those loving gifts, which are those things that you did when you were 5, and it's not going to be chasing after things. It was going to be, when I thought about what I did, I danced, I painted, I sung, I wanted to entertain and sing and dance in front of people, and now I'm always on camera and sharing that passion with others in that way that I did then. But also I was thinking about the little subtle details of things that I played around with things, I experimented with creativity. I kind of was always in nature. I loved being outdoors and digging and being part of and understanding the soil. I was I remember digging big holes and things, the earth, and I love being around the earth and near water and bodies of water. I need to be, it's a need in me that seems to be an awareness in me to be near water. Yet there was this fear of swimming, which I now know through clearing and understanding and that learning. And it's that taking time to understanding ourselves, reflection. I've been going over all these different courses that I've been learning and my studies with the Qigong, with the art therapy, and the therapeutic art staff that have the diplomas and things in, and I was revisiting the art therapy, and one of the things that was coming up, it's this same as what was coming up in the Qigong as well in one of the modules. They were both saying the same thing about different processes, that connecting with the flow and the creativity is really good for our brain. It expands our consciousness, it allows us to be more open and more reflective, more understanding of ourselves, and once we're like that, we're more understanding of ourselves, more forgiveness of ourselves, and having that dialogue in it, understanding the mind, like through meditation practices like with Qigong, where you're sitting, observing the thoughts, allowing yourself time to sit with things, and then go, oh, okay, that's why I feel that way, or just needed to cry, I needed to let that out. It's a release, and working with the natural processes that are there for a reason in the body, you can then move on. And with Qigong, the same, that reflective nature of self-analysis is so important in expanding our awareness in who we are. And I'm thinking like this is around the 15-minute mark. Should I keep going? I will. So this would have stopped for some of you but for the extended version, if you want to stay, we'll do the meditation and connect with that essence of you, just the need, the want, the desire to identify that focus for the new moon intentions, to set who is it you want to be. And if you're not sure, then, or you don't know, maybe you know wholeheartedly, but you might not. And I thought, oh, when I do this video, I want to put on my crown and I want to dress up. But it's loving yourself for who you are and understanding that. But it's also taking time to do those things that are pleasure. It was great at the weekend to go to the spa, to go in the water, be in the pool and feel that, and in the sauna, and just steam room, I think actually I stayed in more longer, but just feeling into my body, what my body needs, and moving my body. Well, in Qigong we move the body, we move and we stretch the fascias and the muscles, and it's preventative rather than as you're moving the body, you're working with all the meridians and you're clearing those pipes of the energy. And so I want to do a little bit of a clearing, but I want to bring in the aspect of the goddess and the God in one, the twin flame aspect, the love aspect a little bit, and that sacred union, whether it's the union of the mind, spirit and the body, the three, or the mother, the father, the son, or however you put it, the trinities. But the trinities within you in the pyramid aspects of your magnetic fields of your body, bottom half with top. We often talk about the things that go on at the top, but we don't talk about the grounding root energies. And the root chakra of the world has woken up, and it's offline and it's resetting. And as that does that, it's because we in our morphogenetic field are doing that, because more of us are waking up and going, I want more. I want more. I don't just want this 3D thing. I want it to be more of a sacred divine blessing, even in like relationships and coming together and having that, whether it's that union with yourself and your soul and that connection with your multidimensional self, or if you're there already and you're then wanting to connect with people on that level, or you're already connecting on that level, which I think we naturally do when we're in that field. We are telepathically aware and talking to one another, and those aspecting energies of our higher selves are conversing, and the higher self of myself and someone else's speaking and guiding us to that divine love. Because in that aspect we are a unity consciousness. It's a living, breathing thing, but at the same time we have this beautiful separate self that's moving through and experiencing, and this is leading edge stuff. We're here for this reason. All of those magical star family beings, whether for you it's a quintessential energy, an archetypal energy you're feeding into, or it's a physical thing that you're seeing, however it aspects and relates to you in your life, in its symbolism, in its resonance, however you interact with it, it's quite a beautiful journey, but it can be a scary journey if you are out of alignment. These aspects can be bring on depression, confusion, grief in some regards, that suppression and anger if you're not hearing. And it's beautiful to work with the lotus flower, with cacao, because it opens your heart and expands your mind at the same time. But what the third thing you must do, and I highly recommend and invite you to do, is to ground. And this is what we're going to do. This is something that is a non-negotiable for me, whether I am doing a 15, 20 minute, 30 minute, hour meditation. I always do 3 minutes of this a day. Now it might be that I come out in the morning and I feel the sun on my face and I connect to that energy of Solaris, and there was very much that masculine golden shiver energy around since in the last 7/7 portal, and I feel that shift and change, and that connection has not gone. It's there since these gold wings appeared in my mind that are wrapped in protection, but also that silvery energy essence that's like the field of the morphic field of that's clear, that's there to expand and contract whenever you feel the need, whenever you need that slight need to withdraw a little bit. Feeling like I need protection, that the other fields of the collective are intruding. So I asked you to join me in just closing the eyes down, and if you have some lotus tea, then perhaps to sip some now, to finish some, to call on that energy of the sensuality within you, that passion to ignite the fire, or your cacao, and to open the heart. Or if you haven't got any of that, just the intention that you come into this with an open heart, with an open mind, but drawing that energy down into the lower Dantian energy. So visualizing a white mist. To start just by paying an awareness to your breath, your natural breath, for where you are. Allow that mind of yours to allow a swirling column of white light to come through the top of the head. And all that white light is the spectrum of all the colours together in balance, flowing in prana, in Indian, ki in Japan, chi in China. I can't remember. There's in the Middle East it has a name, and even in Navajo also. But basically your life force, that sense of that thing that's pumping your heart, that's allowing the blood to pump the heart, the energy of life force within you as you breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, in through the nose and out through the nose, and the Qigong breath. The mouth is for eating. Breathing in and out, feeling into this now moment. having this intention of your divine masculine, your divine feminine coming together. Those aspects of you or those aspects of your twin, with loving intention, divine intention, held for the highest good of all involved, for you to be able to walk the path that you're here to light up for each other, whether that's as a couple or as those aspects within you, to shine and reflect and shine. E kutia hatuna na hatuni yakati e tu o a etina ka e kono na ya tura na kataya ene ka u e dada ene u eti a ish etuna a ish a anona ina ana a ish konaya me el I me talana e kushunu dudurai te tika taya shushwa e kayene kashkana na kanta. And I want you to bring to mind aspect of Joshua, Christ, and Mary Magdalene. The aspecting of compassion and love. And any healing for any relationships, and letting go of any past that are not working. As seeing Isis and Horus, to see from the higher perspective, like the bird's eye view of Horus. To see the beauty and the love in all things. And other aspecting masculine and feminine are coming to mind. I'm not quite sure who they all are. They're new, but Isantura nanaya titurara akayonara ti etushka, the life force, the creation in you, in me, anenduraya sun in its purest light, esoraya ayanuaya nuaya ekula nadiki atura eti etushka ikonaishka, deep blue and purple, enea sanaya turikanta, the violet flame, and Yishka, the sapphire, and Norayashki, the Katurara tea, the gold, the silver, and Nania Turarashka, and red, and Muti, green, and Nor and pink, and I of the heart, in Tutukai, is Santitutukayala, heart energy, Ayushka. And I want you to feel and smell and the essence of rose, and near datura rose petal softness falling around you. Ayanuraya tikiaya esoranaya tudashka, and the purple of the lotus. Enuturakai aneki kakakola enaniashko. I call forth the essence of my soul as a reflection through me, Ayanturashka, to stand grounded, rooted, Ayasturara titatura, and opposite me I feel held in that tiranakashkuraya tatakai inonarashkana by the masculine, enduranakata, the strength, Endutiki ani oshonanayatai isanarashkaya onekai and tatitutukaya ti aeshuayana, and I'm seeing a beautiful ocean, ayandura natatadianunarala, the lands of the blue, ayandutushkaya ayato, and I'm seeing a releasing of the ancients the ancient conflicts of this aspect of the soft and the hard, and instead seeing the raveling and the winding and the intertwining, and the working togetherness, and aspecting for the souls that are meant to be Ayanashko, and if you are that, you will be hearing this. Anashka, Yanuralash, whoever needs to hear this will hear this. Anurananakaya, Esunanaya, Tukakaya, Atia, Enunaya, Tatika, Euskona, Eko, Arat. A mountain, Ania Turashkai is sun Furekish from the mountains high on Arat. I think that's Arat. It doesn't have an R. Ana Turananati Hana Hena Ista to the beaches. And Turarashkana Estunane Esabtira in Nunanashkaya. It looks like somewhere tropical. Ania Aikishi Estada Eturanana in Nurareshkai Italalai. I'm feeling like the Hawaiian energy and the gold sisterhood as well there. Tita, the priestesses from old, and that sensuality, the coming together, the understanding of the gold and the feminine, in the ash with the silver. And I'm seeing with the silver almost like swords, hammered steel, and bright white diamond essence coding light, crystalline structures. It's beautiful. I can't quite describe. I think that was Lake Titicaca. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like the word to me. That's probably me misinterpreting his own. Like, don't try and understand, just feel. I think she's taking me again to different places of the world and aspecting where these are balancing as well. And where it needs to reset. I'm seeing fire and energy coming in. It will take time, but the phoenix is being shown to me. So holding the focus of not what's falling, but what's becoming in these aspects where they're out of balance. Within the self. Allowing that shift. Like fizzy water and bubbles of light. Allow it to go move through your soul, your being, and feel like bubbling laughter and light, like a baby laughing. And the birthing. Okay. Now I need to connect and sing too. And just breathe. Breathe and allow your mind and what images and sounds, tastes and words and insights come to you. Calling on my heart, I'm calling on Yahoo, Yahoo, Satada, Ekayo, Tura, Haya, Turia, Sananaya, Ea, Nurashia, Ea, O Ayata, O Miakaya, Echo, Ea, Umuakaya, Hea, Numu, Yanana Kutura. And just breathe in, breathe down, and imagine roots like a tree. In the seeds of intention are planted. You are anchored and grounded. In the Narashka, the light is held in in balance. In Duraraishkai, entire Dura, entire. And breathe. And just shake the hands and shake the body, tap the feet, any excess energy, and slap down in bringing that awareness into the soul vessel. So where the body needs to shift, it can. Slowly in your own time, when you're ready, coming back. If you have some water to drink, then you can do so. Or feel your feet, feel the grounding. You can visualize the grounding, but it'll help. You can go outside and put your feet on the bare ground. It would be really grateful. But let me know, how is that for you? How do you feel? What come up for you? And please share it with anyone you feel would benefit or would feel a connection. Love and blessings for your divine connection in your masculine, your feminine, for your twin aspects of yourself.